stepped up as my wife and handled that. And there's been many times where I've been at my lowest, and she's always been the strongest to get me back up to like, get back out there. You gotta get back out there and do what you do. Don't worry about what's happening over here. I'm gonna handle that.
If the defense in the Diddy case gets its way, Diddy could be a free man next month.
Snoop's marriage didn't just crack, it blew up like a spotlight exploding on stage. One leaked video has the entire hip-hop scene buzzing, because the clip is so wild it's shaking the image of a legend people thought could never fall. The footage, reportedly pushed out by his wife and longtime business partner Shante, doesn't just hint at cheating. It puts Snoop right next to Sean Diddy Combs, the former mogul, now serving over 4 years for moving women across state lines for shady reasons. With Diddy's name already mixed up in stories about control, manipulation, and humiliation, this connection could hit Snoop harder than anyone expected. This isn't just messy headlines, this could shut down an entire era. Industry insiders say the video started floating around private circles last month, right after Diddy's sentencing, meaning Shante didn't slip up. She dropped that clip on purpose like a silent bomb.
Wife's been by you for your whole
your high
career.
school
Your high school sweetheart. She is.
Never leave home without her.
Yeah, that's right. But how has she kind of taken you on this journey? Tell us about her.
I think my wife has been my best friend for a couple of reasons.
She even hit the world with the line, "Snoop Dogg saying he owns death row is no different than me saying Tupac was alive," turning the whole situation into a cold warning with serious intention. After almost 30 years of marriage, the woman who stood beside him through fame, business, family, and empire might have chosen public humiliation as her final power flex, and insiders claim her motivation cuts way deeper than heartbreak. This isn't just betrayal in love, it's betrayal in business and spirit, tied straight to the empire she helped him build. To understand the whole picture, you gotta look at the backdrop. For years, Hollywood circles whispered about Diddy's so-called freak-off parties, secret wild gatherings where fame, money, and forbidden behavior crashed into each other like a storm. Prosecutors later described these events as twisted performances soaked in substances, secrecy, and fear during the trial. Witnesses said there were cameras everywhere, recording everything like a hidden reality show tapes never meant to see daylight.
And as her final power move, insiders say her reason runs deeper than heartbreak. It's not just about betrayal in love, but betrayal in business and spirit, tied to the very empire she helped him create. To get it, you've got to look at the backdrop. For years, people in Hollywood whispered about Diddy's so-called freak-off parties. Why?
When Diddy got convicted under the Mann Act in mid-2025, people thought that whole era of dark, excessive behavior was finally done. But this leaked video might be dragging that past right back into the spotlight, with Snoop pulled straight into the center of the chaos. And the timing? It's wild. Ever since Diddy's crash, tons of artists have been quietly wiping his name from credits and catalogs, trying to distance themselves before anyone connects the dots. But now, whispers say Snoop's name is being spoken right next to Diddy's, all because of a clip that allegedly shows him in a compromising moment inside one of Diddy's Los Angeles mansions in 2023. This was months before the big federal raids on Diddy's Miami and LA properties. Whether the footage proves anything illegal is still a mystery, but the fact that it exists links Snoop to a man prosecutors once called a predator in a designer suit. For Shante, that connection might have been the last straw, the betrayal she couldn't let slide. For years, Shante has been known as the quiet strength behind Snoop's empire.
I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah, you'll have.
She was the high school sweetheart from Long Beach Poly, the same girl who stood by him before fame, before money, before the headlines. They got married back in June 1997 at the Ritz-Carlton in Marina del Rey, a real ride-or-die story that people thought would last forever. Over time, she wasn't just his wife, she became his manager, handling deals, endorsements, the brands, the music, the gaming ventures, even the liquor business. When Snoop joked earlier this year about turning down a $100 million OnlyFans offer because I got a black wife, people saw it as a badge of loyalty and commitment. But now that loyalty looks cracked beyond repair, behind closed doors, Shante had already started feeling suspicious. Their marriage had survived storms before, from Selena Powell's 2019 trolling claims to that old paternity situation back in '98, but this time hit different. The whispers linking Snoop to Diddy cut deep, especially after Diddy's 2024 arrest, which pulled half of Hollywood into the spotlight as investigators dug through hours of secret footage and elite guest lists from those wild private gatherings.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his I guess that's what the whole name bad boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? You know, like he never really gave a clear definition.
Snoop Dogg saying he owns Death Row is no different than me saying Tupac was alive because I had the unreleased Tupac music. It ain't no different, bro.
When federal agents raided Diddy's properties back in March 2024, they didn't just scoop up a few files, they reportedly seized entire digital vaults stacked with years of unseen footage. Now insiders are whispering that buried somewhere in that mountain of evidence, Snoop's image, or at least his presence, might be sitting in the shadows. And according to someone close to Shante's circle, she knew exactly what that meant for their family, their brand, and everything they spent decades building together. This situation isn't just explosive, it's a full-on meltdown. The betrayal is one thing, but the fallout, it's massive. Over the past decade, Snoop carefully reinvented himself into America's uncle, the cool mentor, the chill TV personality, the family-friendly guy. He even backed kid-friendly cartoons, always smiling, coaching, and spreading that fun, easygoing energy. But now that polished image is crashing headfirst into some of the darkest accusations the entertainment world has ever seen. Fans are split down the middle. Some swear this leak is a setup designed to destroy him, while others say the truth finally caught up. And in the middle of all this, Snoop's entire camp has gone silent.
Same kind of extortion that we heard when Cassie took the stand and testified on that airplane ride back from France. Diddy said, "You don't do a freak off, I'm going to release one of the freak off videos that you are profiled in and humiliate."
No denials, no explanations, nothing. Even Shante's photos have vanished from his pages, replaced with promo posts like everything is perfectly normal, while behind the scenes everything is boiling over. People close to Shante describe her as sharp, strategic, and fiercely protective of her family, and word is, she's gearing up for battle. Legal documents are reportedly being drafted, laying out divorce plans and control over their shared business empire. And it's important to remember, Shante isn't just Snoop's wife. She's the registered manager behind several of his biggest business moves. She runs the core of his empire. That means her next decision could change everything, whether Snoop Dogg stays a global powerhouse or becomes another big name swallowed by scandal. Meanwhile, the chaos surrounding Diddy isn't slowing down even behind prison walls. His inner circle has already cracked, and now several of his former associates are allegedly flipping, working with investigators to dodge new charges. Federal agents even confirmed they uncovered dozens of personal recordings from Diddy's private events, some tagged with celebrity initials. Nobody has said Snoop's name is on any of them, but the timing of Shante's leak dropping right as those tapes were being sorted has everybody talking loud. So, what's really happening here? Was Shante acting on her own, or was she moving early to dodge a much bigger storm? Some insiders believe she released that video ahead of time so she could control the story before the feds did. And as for Snoop, word is he's been spiraling hard. The man who always bragged that nothing could break his chill is now reportedly losing sleep, lighting up phone lines, calling lawyers and PR teams nonstop.
In the unit that was one floor above mine, so in terms of like the setting, it's a fairly decent chance that the room I'm describing is similar to where Diddy is. Yeah.
People close to the family say he's terrified, convinced Diddy's downfall could pull him under too if investigators think he ever took part in those infamous freak-off sessions. The irony hits different right now. Snoop built his whole second act on discipline, staying clean, staying focused, turning down wild offers that could have made him hundreds of millions, all because he once said, "My wife wouldn't have it." But now that same wife has flipped the entire story upside down with one move. And there's another twist. Insiders can't stop whispering about Snoop's long history around powerful and dangerous figures. From Suge Knight to Diddy has always kept him walking a tight line between loyalty and chaos. Suge once threw shade, hinting that Snoop had explaining to do about what really happened around Tupac's tragedy. And now, that old comment just resurfaced everywhere. Conspiracy minds are spinning again, tying Diddy's criminal empire to old West Coast beefs that people thought were buried forever. Could this new scandal drag all those ghosts back into the spotlight? Could this tie Snoop to secrets the public never even imagined existed? Right now, it's all speculation, but in hip-hop, every shadow hides another story ready to explode. And Shante?
He is able to provide a lot of information about what that life was like. He goes into detail on extensive drug use. He's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator. He wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
She's staying silent, and that silence feels intentional. Word is she's already working on a tell-all memoir titled Paid the Cost to Be the Boss Lady. If she decides to drop details about this scandal in those pages, that book could shake the entire industry and end a few careers on impact. Now the lawyers are circling. Snoop is reportedly demanding that every privacy clause, NDA, and confidentiality deal ever signed be enforced, immediately locking down his team, his staff, even certain family members. But trying to shut down the internet when it's already burning? That might be impossible. We're literally watching a family empire crumble in real time, and every hour the situation gets messier. New leaks keep popping up, fresh screenshots, new claims, and non-stop questions about what really went down inside Diddy's world.
So she testified, excuse me, that she was Diddy's ex-assistant. She said he her, sexually assaulted her in various ways multiple times. He exacted unbelievable violence against her, threatened her, at one point allegedly threatened to take her phone and use any.
Shante didn't just leak a video. She kicked open a door that might expose something way darker than anybody expected. Because if Snoop was truly part of that scene, then what else could he be hiding? That clip wasn't the scandal, it was the spark. Now the real questions are exploding, and they're chilling. Diddy's infamous parties weren't just wild nights people used to joke about. They were allegedly full of illegal behavior, drugs, and secret recordings designed to control people. So if Snoop was ever in those rooms, what did he see? What did he take part in? And the real haunting question, what did Shante already know? Insiders who say they once worked security at Diddy's estates describe the setups as next-level creepy. Hidden cameras tucked into every corner, mirrored walls concealing lenses, remote lighting systems catching everything from flashy entrances to the chaos behind locked doors. Testimonies from Diddy's trial painted a disturbing, twisted picture, so-called freak-offs, where young women were allegedly pressured into performing intimate acts. The deeper people dig, the darker it gets, and now that Shante opened this chapter, nobody knows how far these stories might stretch. While guests watched, substances flowed non-stop and sleep barely existed. It was chaos on repeat. Diddy was said to have filmed everything, labeling files with initials, dates, and even full names of high-profile guests. And some insiders claim those tapes weren't just trophies. They were leverage, a way to keep powerful people silent, trapped, and loyal. When federal agents raided Diddy's Miami and LA mansions in March 2024, they seized hundreds of hard drives, a digital treasure chest packed with dirt. Prosecutors later described what they found as material so explicit and so compromising that certain files had to be sealed away from public record.
I want to start with alleged victim number 4, who goes by the name Mia. It's an alias. She is one of the people who is testifying where the judge has granted her anonymity. She is on the stand, but everybody in the courtroom has been warned. Do not reveal her identity. Do not even give a physical description.
Whether Snoop shows up in that footage is still unconfirmed, but the timing of Shante's leak feels way too perfect to ignore. Legal insiders whisper that she might have known something was about to surface. As Snoop's manager, she had access to everything, his accounts, travel logs, call records, all of it. She knew who he met, where he went, and what he paid for. So maybe dropping that video wasn't just revenge, maybe it was self-protection before things got even worse. And remember, Shante is no rookie in this game. For years, she's been the strategist, quietly cleaning up behind Snoop's controversies, lawsuits, feuds, tabloid messes, handling everything with cold precision. She's the one who locked in his brand deals and helped turn him into a global icon, but now those same sharp instincts might be turning against him. According to someone who used to be close to their inner circle, Shante might be protecting the family name before it becomes collateral damage. If prosecutors decide to widen the Diddy investigation and start pulling in other big-name guests, even the smallest connection could destroy reputations overnight. By going public first, Shante is making a bold move, stepping into the role of whistleblower, not accomplice. But the fallout is already hitting the money hard. Major sponsors are quietly rechecking contracts, making calls, running audits. Streaming platforms featuring Snoop's old collabs from the Diddy era are reportedly flagging certain videos for review. Corporate brands that once loved Snoop's calm, family-friendly image are now stepping back, watching, waiting, trying to figure out just how deep this situation goes. And in all this silence, the story keeps shifting, getting darker, louder, and harder to contain. Every hour, the same question keeps getting louder. Was Snoop just tempted and caught in the wrong circle? Or was he tied to something way darker that he couldn't walk away from? People close to the couple say Shante is sitting on way more than anyone realizes. One longtime friend swears she's got full digital backups, emails, call logs, video clips, even recordings of private business conversations. If that's true, then the leaked video might be nothing but the first drop from a much bigger vault. And if she's bold enough to leak one secret, what's stopping her from dropping more? And we can't ignore the timing. Diddy's June 2025 sentencing sent shockwaves through the whole industry, and the FBI investigation into his circle is far from finished. Investigators are digging deep, trying to confirm whether those infamous freak-off events were really used for blackmail and financial leverage. And if Snoop's name lands anywhere on that evidence trail, it could open the door to serious charges, transport violations, fraud, maybe even conspiracy. But behind all this chaos, another theory is picking up steam. Some insiders think Shante leaked that footage to separate her family from Diddy's empire before the government could do it for her. Suddenly, her long-rumored memoir makes perfect sense. It's her way of shaping the narrative her way before anyone else can twist it. In the book, she reportedly writes about choosing self-respect over silence, a line that's blowing up across social media right now. While the world focuses on Snoop's collapse, Shante is already rewriting her legacy, branding herself as the woman who refused to play along with anything she didn't agree with. But here's the twist: if Shante has receipts, she's probably not the only one. Industry insiders are whispering that Diddy's secret archives didn't just feature rappers, they allegedly included executives, athletes, and even major TV personalities. And some of those big names have supposedly gotten quiet warnings to brace for exposure. This storm is nowhere near over, and the next drop could shake the entire industry again. One entertainment lawyer even told reporters those seized hard drives could end careers faster than any courtroom verdict. And if Snoop's name shows up anywhere in those files, even on the edges, he's definitely not the only one sweating right now. For years, whispers about Diddy's insurance tapes have haunted the entire industry. Files said to be cataloged, encrypted, and stored in multiple locations. Some insiders call them trophies of power. Others call them protection proof, that once you stepped inside Diddy's orbit, you never truly left it. Court filings from Diddy's 2025 trial mention something chilling: digital archives of compromising material. Prosecutors never explained exactly what that meant, but witnesses claimed it referred to hundreds of hours of footage showing celebrities, industry power players, and even government officials caught in private encounters. The message behind all of it was crystal clear: Diddy didn't just throw parties, he built a network of leverage. Agents who led the Miami and LA raids hinted they uncovered dozens of hard drives, each one tagged with strange initials and old dates that go back more than a decade. One insider familiar with the investigation described it as a map of the entertainment elite, a digital ledger of who showed up, what went down, and who could be pressured if necessary. But now, the whispers don't stop at the music industry. The rumors are spreading wider. People are saying these recordings might feature national athletes, major TV hosts, and financial moguls whose reputations are built on spotless, clean images. And the deeper investigators dig, the more names seem to appear. Panic is spreading fast from the hills of Hollywood all the way to political offices in Washington. And in that light, Shante's leak suddenly feels way more strategic. If she truly had access to one of those recordings, it could mean those Diddy tapes were never fully contained. Analysts are now speculating that multiple copies were secretly shared among Diddy's trusted circle, a built-in safety net, making sure that even if Diddy ever fell, his secrets would still protect him from the shadows. If that's true, then the footage involving Snoop might be just one of many fragments drifting through the industry, a single leak from a vault that's finally cracking open. And if Shante's move was really an act of preemptive damage control, it might have also sent a quiet message to the rest of the entertainment world. The archive isn't locked anymore. It's leaking piece by piece, slow, steady, and dangerous. What makes these tapes so explosive is their double-edged power, humiliation, and proof. Many of Diddy's alleged victims say they were pressured or manipulated into recorded encounters, sometimes under substances, sometimes out of straight fear. That means every single clip can be used as evidence or as blackmail. And in the wrong hands, those files become weapons with the power to crush anybody's reputation. These recordings could flip the entertainment world upside down, wrecking careers, destroying brands, and dragging even more people into criminal investigations before they even know what's coming. Federal investigators are reportedly examining every frame of this seized footage, checking timestamps, scanning faces, comparing them to guest logs, even tracking people's travel records to link who was where and when. It's a digital manhunt, and nobody knows whose face is going to pop up next. Meanwhile, lawyers for high-profile figures are working overtime behind the scenes, begging to keep their clients' names out of the public eye. They're filing motions, pulling strings, and making late-night calls, trying to stop anything from leaking. And every day without answers just makes the whole world speculate even harder about who's next. Because if these tapes are real, and if they're as massive as insiders claim, this isn't just a threat to Snoop, it's a ticking time bomb sitting under the entire entertainment industry. Each encrypted drive could detonate reputations, collapse alliances, and rewrite modern pop culture. Imagine one more leak, just one, sparking a chain reaction of confessions, lawsuits, late-night statements, and career-ending exposure all at once. And if that full archive ever breaks open, the fallout won't stop at music. It'll spill into sports, into network TV, into politics, into billionaire circles where people pretend everything is clean and perfect. The craziest part? Nobody knows how long this time bomb has been ticking or who's bold enough or desperate enough to finally let it explode, and that's the scariest thing for Snoop. Because everything he built, the family man image, the mentor vibe, the friendly uncle persona, the safe corporate partnerships is hanging by one thin, fragile thread right now. One wrong leak, one blurry screenshot, one exposed email, and his whole empire could collapse right in front of him. His team has reportedly told him to lay low, stay quiet, and stay off social media before he slips and says something that comes back to haunt him. But behind closed doors, word is he's reaching out to old allies from the death row days, trying to figure out how to survive the chaos that's swallowing his legacy. And in a twist straight out of a movie, it's Suge Knight speaking from behind bars who once said Snoop got some explaining to do about his past connections. Now those words hit different, almost prophetic. What's even scarier is that this story might not end with Snoop. Diddy's conviction cracked open a hidden world of excess and manipulation, and investigators are only scratching the surface of who really benefited from it. Shante's leak may have started a chain reaction, with every new detail dragging more names straight into the fire. And if her goal was to burn bridges, she didn't just torch her marriage, she lit up an entire empire. Because if those wild party rumors were even half true, then Snoop Dogg might not be the only one losing sleep tonight. In a world where every phone records, every message leaks, and every secret carries a price, the question shaking the entire industry still stands: who's next? We're watching all of it unfold. Don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe for more updates, share the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.